I'm Shaniqua and this is your first news round of 2021. Here's what's coming up in the next few minutes. We check in on these happy dolphins and find out how Braille is helping so many of you in and outside the classroom. But first, I want to start by saying Happy New Year, and what better way to start 2021 than by hearing from you? It's safe to say that 2020 was a year like no other, but now we're in a brand new year. We asked you what your hopes and dreams are for the next 12 months, and as always, so many of you got in touch. Let's start with Rainbow Unicorn, who said they want to write a book. That's impressive. Henny Penny has got a really positive one, saying, I'm going to not be scared to be myself this year. That's great to hear. And Midnight Wolf is thinking about the environment, saying, I will challenge myself more and do more litter picking. Thanks so much for those brilliant comments. Next, primary schools in many parts of England will reopen today. However, all schools in London will remain closed, with pupils being taught remotely. Now, this is because the coronavirus infection rate in London and the surrounding areas remain high. But reopening primary schools in other areas, including for some in Tier 4, has been challenged, with the biggest teachers' union calling for teaching to be moved online for the first 2 weeks of term. In Wales, local councils have been told they can be flexible when they open. In Northern Ireland, primary school pupils will be taught online until the 11th of January. And in Scotland, schools will also reopen on the 11th for the majority of pupils. Some vaccine news next, as the first doses of the coronavirus vaccine created by Oxford University and medicine company AstraZeneca will be given to patients today. Now, this Oxford University vaccine was approved 5 days ago and has been described as a really important moment in the pandemic. The Department of Health says the jab will be offered at more than 1,000 vaccination centres by the end of the week. And to find out more about the coronavirus vaccines, head to Newsround Online for loads more information. Next, Braille is something that helps blind and partially sighted people communicate, and today is World Braille Day. We spoke to some pupils to find out how it helps them in and outside the classroom.
Newsround!
What is Braille and how does it work?
Braille is a combination of raised dots
that you can read with your fingers, and it is for blind people.
What is life at school like?
I use Braille in every single lesson. I have Braille reading books, Braille mats, Braille worksheets, and Braille pictures. This is my Braille, and I use this for recording all my work. You can see that there's not as many keys as a computer keyboard, so I have to remember each letter's shape, and then when I press it down, it raises the dots on top of the paper.
Has other technology helped you?
Technology has helped me work alongside my classmates. My fingers aren't sensitive enough to read Braille, so I use a machine that talks and I can save back my work.
Would you like Braille to be used more?
When I go to restaurants, I would like to see the children's menus in Braille so I don't have to have an adult reading the meal choices out for me so I can choose for myself.
I love shopping for stationery, but it would be more helpful if the stationery things were in Braille of how much it costs and what it is.
I would like to see more Braille on shops' doors so I know which shop it is.
What would you like to see done to help you more?
It would help me more if my friends knew about Braille so that we can work together.
It would help me more if people in the outside world knew Braille So if I couldn't read anything, they would help me.
Bye!
And we've got loads more for you today, including this new arrival at Mexico's National Zoo. But next up, a word that you've heard a lot recently, Brexit. Although adults in the UK voted to leave a group of countries called the European Union way back in June 2016, it's been a long and complicated path to actually leaving. Now, the UK has now officially finished the formal separation from the EU. So what happens now and what does it all mean? Here's political expert Chris Mason to explain.
The UK actually left the European Union at the end of January last year, but both sides wanted to give themselves enough time to work out how things would pan out in the longer term. And so there was a transition period where very little changed. But that ran out at the end of last month and a new deal was done in the nick of time on Christmas Eve. And that means that both sides can sell as much stuff to each other as they choose. But there are some new rules, some more paperwork in some instances. There'll be new rules about who can come to live here. Even new rules about how it would work out if you want to take your dog on holiday. If you live in Northern Ireland, some EU rules are being stuck to there in order to allow trade to still happen between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland in the way that it did before. And on some stuff, very little is changing. So the European Union and the UK will continue to work together on things like climate change and national security, keeping us all safe.
Thanks, Chris. Now time to put a smile on your face as we have some fantastic happy news. Hey guys, and first up this new year we have some happy sailors. These guys were out on their boat celebrating the new year and were joined by a school of dolphins. How about that for a great start to the new year? Next up, check out these happy runners in Russia. They decided to brave the snow and go out for a sprint. Brr, now that is cold. The run was set up to try and encourage people in the city to smile and be happy. Think I'd rather watch from the warmth of my living room, thank you. And to end this week's happy news, we have this gorgeous, cute baby hippo. Here she is with her mother at the Mexican National Zoo. How's that to start the year? So cute. See ya. Right, that's all from me today. Hayley's back tomorrow morning with your next Newsround update. And in the meantime, check out our website for more news. Bye.